On today's show, we're deworming ram lambs.
We're moving ewe lambs.
Come by.
We're deworming, then sorting the ewe lambs. Ewes all sorted, and these are the keepers.
Good morning, fellow Utopians, and welcome to a rainy but warm day at Ewetopia Farms. And today, we're finally getting around to deworming those ewe lambs. Like jolly old England out here today. Raining, raining, raining. Nasty. While it's pouring out, I got my reader here. We're gonna mark the rams that are RR so we know at a glance who they all are. And a few of them still have worms. They've got a bit of diarrhea. So we're gonna switch the dewormer this time. Last time we did them about a month ago, we used Valbazen. This time we're gonna use Ivamec. And that should have the boys done for until next spring anyway. Okay, I'm gonna leave this running. Thought maybe from a higher angle you might be able to see better. Arnie's in the picture. I think we got everyone in. Let's see if we can adjust this a bit better. Arnie reconfigured the chutes a little bit, so we're hoping that maybe they'll go into them a bit easier. We only have, I don't know, I think there's, well, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, I think there's 24, 25 rams in here. So not a big job, but we figured we'd get it done, and the big job is this afternoon. We're gonna deworm all the ewe lambs, and I think there's just over 100 of them, 120 or something.
But before we get anything done, we have a lot of maneuvering to do, getting the sheep to go where we want them to go, and just getting generally set up. So what's happening here is Arnie's putting a gate up so that the lambs don't run back. I'm getting all the supplies ready, the dewormer, the drenching gun, the marker sprays, the reader, and all that stuff. I'm getting the table in place to put all my stuff. And pretty soon we're gonna get deworming. It's a bit of an ordeal. So all the rams are over here. What's happening now is that I've got 2 drenching guns. I'm filling them up for Arnie. He's gonna deworm each ram as they go into the chute. I'm gonna hand him that. And then when those guys are done, I take the reader. I'm reading every single one. I'm marking them to say if they're a purebred or a grade. And I'm also concerned about knowing who's an RR because we tested the rams for scrapie resistance. So the RR rams are getting an RR put on the back. QRs are getting a QR on the back. So now everybody should be a little more organized. So we're as they're going through, we're doing a lot of different jobs. So this took us probably half an hour to do these guys. Right here, Felon decided to be a little stubborn and didn't walk through the gate when it was open. So I had to give him a little nudge down the chute.
So all the young boys are all done. We didn't need to mark the adults because we know them. But now at a glance, for any of them that we DNA tested, we can see if they're RR, like this guy, with red letters, and he's a purebred. And this one's a purebred, but he's a QR. RR, RR, QR. So at a glance, we know exactly if they're purebred, because purebreds also got a red dot on their shoulder, and grades that we can't register have a green dot. So it just makes it a lot easier when people come to look at them to see what they are without having to catch them and scan them and read them. This afternoon we're going to be deworming the ewe lambs. Before we deworm the ewe lambs, we got to move these rams out of here. Hi, Monty. Hi. Hi, Felon. Oh, Lambert, you're a silly boy. Hi there. Okay, pretty boys. You guys can go play on the other side of the barn for the afternoon. Come on. Nice and slow. Nice and slow. There they go. Hopefully. There they go. We didn't want them eating the cat food. Well, or the hay bales. So we're just going to put them behind the gate on the big side of the barn. Well, I guess both sides are big right now. Worm with the ewe lambs. We're going to try run them around to the other side. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. There you go. Ben, come on. Come on, Ben. Come on. Here, Ben. Here. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Come by. Away. Come by. Come by. Away. Away. Good boy. Walk up. Walk up. Here, Ben. Walk up. Walk up. Good boy. Here, Ben. Good boy. Walk up. Here, Ben. Away. 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 Here. Away. There you go. Come by. Away. Come. Away. Come by. Away. Away. Good boy. Walk up. Here, lie down, lie down. Lie down. Lie down. Away. Good boy. Good boy. That'll do. Here. Here. Good boys. A really good job bringing them over here. They have a little funnel to go through to get to the chute. They're not too keen to go through that, so we got a little bit of a backup here. I'm going to go set the camera up on the kitten bales again and see if we can get a good view of this procedure this afternoon. Hi girls. We got a bit of a bird's eye view. I guess this would be the kitten's eye view. The ewe lambs over here. These are all the ones we got to do. Kittens don't know what's going on. And these are the boys. They're going to have a fun afternoon watching the girls.
So same as with the boys, it was a matter of getting all the ewe lambs to go down the runway towards the chutes. They don't like going down that narrow point, and they are lambs, so they are harder to move. They don't really know the routine yet. But once they're all down by the chute, Arnie puts a gate up to block them from running backwards, and we get on with all the jobs at hand. Okay, this is the big job of the day. I think there was about 120 ewes here, mostly ewe lambs. There are a couple of older ewes, but we're only concerned with the ewe lambs, although when the ewes went through, we did deworm them as well. So one of the main goals here was to make sure that everyone got dewormed, because this group had tapeworm, but they were all looking really healthy. There is a little bit of diarrhea in this group, but these lambs were on pasture all summer, and this is really the first deworming they've had since they were weaned. So they've done really well this year. But we also have a customer who wanted to buy 10 Dorset grades and 10 Suffolk grades. So along with the deworming, we also had to scan all the ewes to find out who the grades actually were. And I put a green dot on all the Dorset grades. And we also tossed in a couple of purebreds as well, so that he would have quite a few to choose from. And we also had to do the same with the Suffolks. And the Suffolks were a little wider range in ages, so we had to sort them by their ages because he wants to breed them. So we didn't want to send him any of the younger lambs. And so we sorted out the Suffolk grades. We didn't have enough Suffolk grades, so we had to resort them and pick out some Suffolk purebreds as well. And it took a long time because you want to pick who you really want to keep for your future breeding program, but you also want to pick some lambs that you think will do well for the customer as well. And that's why we always add in, usually we add 10 or 20 extra into the group so that when they come here, they can choose who they prefer. I mean, we will pick the lambs for people, but it's much nicer when they get to pick from a smaller group, because again, they feel a little more involved and people have preferences. So this way we can guarantee that the customer is better served. In the next few little clips here, you'll see me constantly moving a white sheep out of the way. Every few minutes she kept blocking the chute. She was looking up it so the others couldn't come down the chute and get out. And she kept coming and coming, and I had to push her away and push her away. And of course, I'm sure you can guess who it was. That was our friend Diva. She had to be right center of everything. This whole process took us about 2.5 hours. It's really hard making decisions like this. So at this point, we had made almost all of our final decisions. We just had a few more Suffolk ewe lambs to pull out of this group, which meant running them all through again. Because we were a little short, we thought we had more Suffolk grades than we did, so we had to collect a few purebreds out of the group.
Okay, it got dark on us pretty quickly. Time flies when you're having fun. This is why so many people don't like having registered sheep. We did the deworming, but we have someone who wanted 10 Dorsets and 10 Suffolks. But grades, because he's getting a deal. So we had to search out all the grades. And then when we had the grades sorted out, we ran them through again. And we tossed in some purebred Suffolks as well. These are all the ones that are for sale for him. We always like to give people a choice. So he wanted a total of 20. I think there's 30 in here. So he can choose the ones he wants when they come over. And all the rest over there are going to be going back to the barn, separated. So right now Arnie's ran over to the ewe lamb barn. He's going to put up a divider wall. So these girls that are the grades, meaning that they can't be registered, are all going to go on that 1/4. And when they arrive, we'll be bringing them back over to this barn to run them through the chutes, and they can choose the ones they want to have. And the rest of the girls will be on 3/4 of the barn, running with them, but with a divider wall up. And once the girls have all been sorted back where they belong, the boys will be moved from this side of the barn back to the other side of the barn. Although, to be honest, I don't think it makes any difference if they stay here or not. But that'll be Arnie's decision. It's a lot of decision making because I know he wants to breed them. We don't breed lambs. So there's a few smaller ones that we would have sold, except that we feel they're too young to be bred, so we're holding them back. There was some April May lambs. I think that's just a little too young. He might have disagreed, but yeah. We basically picked out older ones, the January, Februarys that we feel are a little more ready for being bred. And even though we're in the business of selling sheep, I look at all these girls and I think, oh, I wish they could stay here. Some nice girls in here. He should be happy with them. We'll see what he says when he comes over. And here come the keepers, led by our 10-year-old ewe. And of course, like that's the one with the red dot. Marked a few with red dots. They are crosses that we decided to keep. Hot Lips, Chinny, Loony. I didn't want to sell them. So, and they're not the best of sheep either. They're just my pets, so they get to stay. Oh, and Thelma and Louise. Here comes Thelma. There goes Chinny. There's Louise. So I think we got 5 special Dorset crosses that got to stay with us. All the other Dorset crosses we are selling. The sun's going down. All the sheep are in their pens. That's another day of dosing and sorting done. So, thanks for joining us. Please join us again tomorrow for the next episode at Ewetopia Farms. Bye for now.